Working in food service is fast-paced and constantly changing, and that comes with its own set of risks. Think about the sharp tools we use: knives, slicers, box cutters, and even the chance of dealing with broken glass or dishware. It's easy to see how accidents can happen. But here's the good news. When you follow the right procedures, use the proper tools, and wear the right protective equipment, you can seriously cut down on those risks or even eliminate them completely. That's what Zero Harm Mindset is all about, keeping everyone safe while we do great work. Adopting a Zero Harm Mindset is all about making safety your top priority, no matter what. It means thinking ahead and taking steps to minimize potential hazards in everything you do. By being proactive and staying focused, you can significantly reduce the risk of accidents and create a safer environment for everyone. It's not just about following rules, it's about a commitment to protecting yourself and those around you. Cut-resistant gloves are an absolute must when you're handling knives or sharp tools. They're there to protect your hands, plain and simple. The great thing is, they're not just about safety. They're also designed to be comfortable and give you a solid grip so you can work confidently without sacrificing control. Always make sure to wear them. They're one of the easiest ways to stay safe on the job. Let's talk about using cut-resistant gloves, because they're a big part of staying safe when handling sharp tools. First off, it's important to remember these gloves are cut-resistant, not cut-proof. That means they're great for protecting your hands, but you still need to work carefully and stay focused on what you're doing. Before you even put the gloves on, take a minute to trim your fingernails and wash your hands. It might seem small, but it helps keep the gloves clean and in good shape. Now, once you're wearing the gloves, check them regularly. If you see any holes, tears, or if they start to feel stiff, it's time to grab a new pair. And don't forget, when you're handling food, you should always wear a disposable glove under and over your cut-resistant glove. It's an extra layer of protection and keeps things hygienic. Finally, let's talk about storage. When you're done using the gloves, turn them right side out and store them in a cool, dry place. Taking care of them this way helps them last longer and keeps them ready for the next use. By keeping these steps in mind, you're not just protecting yourself, you're showing your commitment to a safer, cleaner workplace. Let's talk about how to stay safe when using knives, because they're one of the most important tools in the kitchen, and also one of the most dangerous if not handled correctly. First, always choose the right knife for the task and make sure it's sharp. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but a sharp knife is actually safer. It cuts more easily, so you don't have to use as much pressure, which means less chance of slipping and getting hurt. When you're chopping, make sure to bend your fingers under and hold the item securely with your hand. Always cut away from your body. That's a small adjustment that makes a huge difference. And don't cover knives on countertops with towels, napkins, or anything else. It's easy for someone to grab at it without realizing it's there. Once you're done using a knife, put it in a clear, safe spot. Keep the blade pointed away from your body and away from the edge of the table or cutting area where it could fall. Now, let's get into handling, maintaining, and storing knives the right way. First, knives are for cutting, that's it. Don't use them to pry things open or as a substitute for tools like screwdrivers or can openers. It's just not worth the risk. If you're using a sharpening steel, make sure it has a guard between the handle and the steel to keep your hand protected. And when choosing knives, look for ones with built-in guards or handles that help you get a firm, secure grip. When you're passing a knife to someone, always hand it over by the handle, never the blade. And don't grab blindly for a knife. Always reach deliberately for the handle. If a knife falls, step back and let it hit the ground. It's tempting to try to catch it, but trust me, the floor can handle it better than your hand or foot. Finally, think about storage. Knives should be in a safe, accessible place like a wall-mounted rack. Never leave them in sinks, under food, or anywhere hidden where someone might accidentally reach in and get hurt. By keeping these things in mind, you're not just protecting yourself, you're creating a safer workspace for everyone. It's all about being mindful and staying in control. That's how we work safely and keep accidents out of the kitchen. Let's go over a few extra safety tips that are just as important when working with knives. First, stay focused. Distractions and horseplay don't belong anywhere near sharp tools. Keep your attention on the task at hand. Your safety and the safety of others depend on it. Next, take responsibility for cleaning and maintaining the knives you use. After you're done with a knife, it's your job to clean it properly and safely. Never send knives to the dish room or toss them in the pot sink. That's a recipe for an accident waiting to happen. Also, take some time to get familiar with your chef's knife. It's one of the most versatile tools in the kitchen, and knowing how to use it for cutting, dicing, and chopping can make your work safer and more efficient. And here's a big one. Never multitask with the knife in your hand. If you're carrying something else, leave the knife behind. There's just no safe way to manage both at the same time. Finally, always use the right tool for the job. If you're opening cases, grab a special carton opener instead of a knife. It's safer, quicker, and designed for that exact purpose. These might seem like small steps, but together they make a big difference in keeping you and your team safe. Staying mindful and using the right tools the right way is how we maintain a safe and efficient kitchen. Safety isn't just one person's job, it's something we all share. In food service, it takes teamwork and commitment to make sure everyone is following the right procedures and staying vigilant. By sticking to these guidelines, wearing the right protective equipment, and keeping safety front and center in everything we do, especially when handling knives and sharp tools, we're living up to the zero harm commitment. At the end of the day, the goal is simple. We all want to go home safely. Let's work together to make that happen every single shift. It's not just about doing the job, it's about doing it safely for yourself and for the people around you.